So how's everybody doing today? So it's been brought to my attention that some of you guys want to know what it takes. Yeah. Hey, what's up? So let's get into it. A GM, general manager, um, is the one that overlooks the whole money wise and the player salary. So I mean that part's okay. This one's good. This one is Bang Energy. Very good energy drink. This one's Peach Mango. It's a new energy drink they have. Not too bad. Anyway, the GM it's the favorite part of sports I like. Besides winning championships. Uh yes, I do like Monster Energy. I love them. Love them. Drink a lot of that. Um so he makes all the tough decisions. Firing the coaches, trades, um, but he can get fired too. If the management don't like what he's doing, you're out. You're done. So the GM makes all the tough trades. He has one or two phones. Uh, One or two phones in his pocket every day, each day on the job. If he's not in the office, he's out at the games. Um, and then he has help. He has what do you call that? People trying to remember the name. Where they go out and they see the other players. What's your favorite? I like all energy drinks. I'm trying to remember the name. Anyway, he has other people that go out and spot players that they like. I'm trying to remember the name. I can't remember the name. But anyway, yeah. He has people to do that job, but he does all the hard job. He does all the trades. So what he happens is gets on the phone. He calls other GMs and asks, "Is this player available? Is that player available? What it would take?" Sometimes they don't even make a trade. That he just checks in on the player. Is he available? If he's not, you move on to the next player. Um, and then at the draft and the free agency, he writes down players. Okay, I want this player, I want that player, I want this player. Try to go with this player. And sometimes that don't work out. So you gotta cross it off and go to the next player. And sometimes you gotta go to Europe or whoever the player you want. You have to go get. But yeah, I like this. Is my favorite part of the sports world is being the GM or the GM part of the job. I just hate the part that sometimes you can't always get the player you want. And that's the hard part. Sometimes you gotta go to plan B, and that might not be your best player, but it is a player. And sometimes this is another part of the job is drafting. Drafting is a hard part. of the sports world. Each year, you have a draft, and you have to basically pick a player. Um, and sometimes that can be hard because there's other GMs that are looking at that player, and you have like 5-10 minutes on the clock to decide if you're gonna pick him or trade him or draft him. Sometimes what happens is you draft him, and then another GM comes rushing in. Hey, we'll give you blah blah blah. We'll give you this pick and that player for that player you just picked. Nah, we're keeping him. Or if it's a really good deal, hell yeah, we'll give you him. And by the time that happens, the player's already down the floor. He has the hat that he got drafted by. And then there's people that talked to him and said, did you know you just got traded? What? No way. Me got traded now? I did not know. That's the fun part. But also stressful. For the player too, because you don't know if you're going to be dealt. And sometimes the players are stressful. It's stressful for players. I mean, especially for next month's trade deadline, the players have their bags packed and ready to go wherever the team sends them. Sometimes they're on a good team and they go to a shitty team. Sometimes they're on a crappy team and they go to a good team. And then another possibility is the money-wise. All that money you're making is on the books. And when you get traded, all your profile goes to that other team. So yeah. I mean, if it wasn't, it's hard. GM's a hard job. Scouting, that's what I was thinking. The scouters. There's helpers that help the GM. They're called scouting, which means they go out and go looking for prospects. Basically, scouting's mostly in hockey. It could possibly be in hockey, basketball too. Overseas though. But yeah, that's. I mean, there's more stuff to it. There's, sometimes it's difficult to make trades because you may be not willing to part with your best player. In order to make a deal, you have to give up something. And sometimes your best player has to go. But if you're a crappy team, like, I don't know, Phoenix Suns, there's no one good on that team, so blow up the team. Trade all your assets, your picks. But basically, for that team, they want picks. They want draft picks. Like for another player. But yeah, I mean, it's interesting. It's interesting job, but hard. Especially when you have to fire the coach. When you're not winning, something has to happen, and you're the player. The coach is always first one to go. So I mean, it goes in hockey too. sometimes you have to build from the bottom up. In order to win a championship, you have to build draft picks. You gotta get young prospects, veterans. Um, not so much veteran. One or two veterans. Um, like the Golden State Warriors. They. I remember when they were the crappiest team ever. Then they drafted Steph Curry, and they went from there, built up, got other players. Um, so it's very hard to build a championship team. Um, and recently I've been hearing that well, I'll save that for another video. But yeah, what else do you guys want to know about being a GM? Because the GM overlooks everything. Who's all watching? Well, anyway, I will let you guys all go, and I will talk to you guys next time, another video, whenever that's gonna be. I tried to put out 2 videos today, but my thing is not working right. So I just decided to fuck it, go live. So anyway, you guys tell me what you guys think. Hit that like button and please subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed. Once again, this is all I talk about: basketball, sports. Well, I have to take them back. Sports and music. So if you haven't subscribed, please do. And until then, I will see you guys in the next video.